this one is a creativity deck. So obviously Sarah's Emissary. And the matchup. This one is good old-fashioned blue-white Jeskai control.
So what do you think are going to be some of the most important cards?
In the creativity deck, obviously creativity. If you hit Emissary, you can name probably Planeswalker. You don't really name creature per se because you can probably get up there.
Yeah.
You can't really name artifact too much because they do have one portable hole. So if you go say, that's the thing is like they have two emissaries. They want to hit off of it. But yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup to say the least because the emissaries will come down. But the problem is that Jeskai Control has ways around whatever they don't name.
That's pretty good, actually. It's good for them, right?
Yes.
So, like, their a control deck is usually pretty decent against creature decks. So, if they're also well suited for a match like this in game one, then that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's going to be just a straight up. We're going to be seeing a lot of just who's going to blink first.
I know that their pass goes are not exciting matches to watch, but there is so much skill and decision making in every card you play, every turn you make, and exactly like what you said, right? Like if you play the wrong card at the wrong time, I mean it's game over.
It's like golf.
Yeah, if you hit the shuffler at the wrong time, sack that clue.
It's what?
Sack that clue.
I would attack him with the BO3 to send a message.
And what message is that?
Send a message.
That I can't do anything?
It's crabby.
Or as we call in the business, boop the snoop.
Boop. That's for sharks, not crabs.
The crab can still boop the snoop, so.
James was saying they're pairing with Lord of the Rings for a set. Is that right?
I'm not sure if it's a set. I can't remember if it was a set or it's like
Secret Lair.
right.
Oh, the Lord of the Rings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is going to be a modern and historic legal set in 2023.
Nice.
Weird.
They should do an X-Men set. That would be so cool.
So the Soul Guy Lantern's not going to do a whole lot, but our
Beast could lead the Beast. Beast is already like a creatures type.
that's okay. I'm waiting for the Fortnite. Fortnite, Street Fighter, Warhammer 5023.
I really like Soul Guide Lantern here, and you're right, it doesn't do a lot in the early game, but it draws the card.
Yes.
And in these kind of matchups, drawing a card is pretty much what you want.
In any matchup.
This is true, but Soul Guide Lantern and removing your opponent's graveyard could be way more important than drawing a card. So
Oh, for sure.
it just kind of depends on.
It's nice to have the option.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, Soul Guide Lantern has been probably one of the better graveyard hates. Especially if it's one side. One, it's one-sided. Two, can draw you a card, and three, you can cast it at any time part of the game, pretty much any time of the game. the Snoop. Send that message.
I like Lightning Helix in this matchup as well because it can hit Planeswalkers, people's life totals, small little sharks.
Baby shark toot 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 toot.
Are you for real? What's wrong with you?
What?
Many long listed things, I think, is the answer.
One, it's copyright. Two, no one wants to hear that shit.
I have a 5-year-old that we would crank that, you know what, like you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's your fault as a parent. You know who existed when my kids were kids? Barney. Do you think they ever were allowed to watch it? No.
Yeah, come on. All right, so there ain't
Because he was annoying. There was no way I was subjecting myself to. I love anybody.
Oh, can I have things that I thought we would never discuss about during the last round of a tournament for 300, Alex?
Yeah. What was that 4-mana draw spell that used to be in standard that
Into the story.
that you could surveil? Not surveil. You would discard a card from your hand to recast it. It was back when surveil was a thing.
I would have to remember.
So I remember like that card used to be so powerful because in these kind of matchups you were like basically getting rid of all the dead cards in your hand and just recasting this spell, and it was also cast with Gear Hulk. It would draw you 2 cards.
Opus?
No.
No, it wasn't Opus.
4 mana, draw 2, and you could play it from your graveyard.
What color was it?
Blue.
Okay, there's an emissary. You don't want to be casting that.
No, dear God, no. I think that's a mistake.
Hard evidence. That's probably the right. But the thing is that in the main board of our creativity, there's only 2 emissaries. So they would have to get rid of that emissary now. They would have to figure out a way to get that emissary from the graveyard. But I don't think there wasn't a way to do that. So tax for 2. Goes to 10.
I feel like Zombie might know once he hears it.
Good point. Good point.
What's that?
4
Zombie might know.
mana. 4 mana, draw 2, play from your graveyard.
I would take Justice Strike off the top 4 here for Narset.
Oh.
Because that way, when they have a answer, when they try to cast the creativity on their 2. Now, mind you, if they do it on their on an O3 and the artifact, they would have the memory lapse and/or so Lightning Helix is probably the right. Get rid of Narset. Get rid of that card draw. All right, draw 2 cards.
Chemister's Insight. It had
Garrett's
Jumpstart.
inside. Yes. So they're going to express themselves, get a memory lapse,
Same idea.
put Emissary to the bottom. Dovin Mine, play the Dovin Mine. And then they could Creativity X 2, leaving 1 mana open, but that's probably not what they want to do. They're going to pass the turn.
I love that card.
But good
Portable.
old Portable Hole. Yep. Historic All-Star. Like, it's probably not going to see a whole lot of play standard if we're going to see Battle Cruiser Magic with the bigger stuff, but when you get to the older formats, the cheaper spells are where cheaper spells matter. Portable Hole is going to be an all-star to say the least. So with Bolas, Planeswalker, Meta Open, taking creativity for I think they're going to say go.
Yeah, but what else do they have? They only have 2 creatures in deck, right?
They have 2 creatures and they have 1 creature in deck. They actually bin the other one.
Right. So they have 1 shot at getting a threat onto the battlefield.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the Shark
control
Typhoon
player
is just picking away at them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it's more of setting up memory lapse. Like, this is going to be the turn of counter magic for days.
Ugh. Well, they each only have 2 memory lapses.
Yeah, but 2 memory lapse on our creativity deck. X3, 1, 2, and oh, that's actually a very nice play to say the least. If they get rid of the Portable Hole, that gets back the search for Ashkanta. So they would have to Lightning Helix one of the creatures.
Oh my god.
Which they can remember. This is where the fight is going to happen. All right, they just straight up counter it.
Yeah, it just goes back to their hand, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I can definitely see how Shirts for Azcanta is something that you would want, because not only does it scry through your deck, but it flips and then draws you all the cards you need to win the game.
Now, I think this game is going to be straight up pretty much over very soon.
Really?
So we got Lightning Helix is going to take care of the token. They go up to 10. The Shark Typhoon, if they cast this,
I would play it.
Yeah. If Shark Typhoon, you have Dispute up, so. Plus, you just try and tap out properly. Mind you, also, depends on how big of their graveyard is, they can definitely cast Mystic Mastery Overload. And go, this is probably what they're going to do. They're going to Shark Typhoon, hidden cost as a enchantment. They're going to try to memory lapse it. In response, it'll be disputed. Will resolve. Now you have a memory lapse up.
Which makes
memory
it 2/2
lapse
shark.
and Lightning Helix.
Yeah.
You can make 2/2 shark. Would you make a 2/2 shark now? Yes, you would.
No. This guy is so smart.
Like I said, one of the matches we had, there was a board full of sharks all over the place.
If he goes for either card first, he can play the opposite.
Yes.
So a Teferi on this board is going to be just as powerful as resolving
Creativity.
Yeah, creativity.
Now they're doing creativity X2, X3. So they're targeting they're going to target the same things again.
So interesting.
The two creatures, and because they would have to have an answer for one creature and then an answer for the other, and then an answer for the spell. So create a 2/2, which is fine. If you memory lapse the memory lapse, you get the search.
No.
Get the search back. Name creature. But now they just go Wrath of God, wipe the board, off the races again. Because since they named creature, they named sorcery. That's the thing. It's like you name sorcery, you can get rid of everything. You have protection from everything. But you name creature, which is normally what you would do because it's a creature-based deck. But since you're playing against control, you don't know what you're going to name. So if you name creature, if you name sorcery, then you got to get worried if they have portable hull. So now it just wipes the board again.
Yeah, I'm telling you that that board wipe is probably going to be the difference.
Yeah, most definitely. Now they can Mystic Mastery. Now they can just say go if they wanted to.
Go.
And then they can overload this Mystic Mastery, and you're going to see a lot of sharks come down the pipe. They're probably going to uptick. Yeah, I can see that uptick draw card. Hopefully, you can draw a land. We'll take the command. Well, you get at least get the search.
And he'll still get to play the command.
Yes, play the land tapped, and then you can just untap the. And the command's not going to do anything. So it basically just now you can lightning helix their face, draw 2.
Well, it is because the command can it can kill the token.
Yes,
It's pretty important.
kill the token, but you're going to have a Mix's Mastery that's going to be overloaded very shortly. Because look at all those cards.
Holy!
So you're going to attack for.
2 go to
You
5.
attack for them. They're going to cast the command,
Force them to tap out.
which they will. Now they're going to go Mythic Mastery Overload, cast everything. Expressive, and Lightning Helix their face.
These are all cast triggers?
These are all cast triggers.
No.
I would like not to cast any of those other spells, so
Like,
cast spell, get a Shark Typhoon. Have 5 shark. Put out 4 2/2 sharks. Look at so many cards. Look at 9 cards.
He just put those 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8 lands he saw.
Yep.
He just
Now
bought
you
him
can
8
go.
lands.
Yep. Pretty nuts, isn't it?
That is pretty nuts. Imagine having to go through 8 turns to get those lands, though.
Yes. And this is the content you came to see here on twitch.tv/TotalJGames. Give that man a follow and a sub. And a hot dog and a handshake at the same time.
You.
What are you working on, sweet and salty?
I need a picture to advertise my next gift this month.
Ooh. Minion.
No, the monthly top 10 contributor giveaway.
Search for Ashkanta, make another 2/2. Do.
Which next month will be $20 credit to Nabema Collectibles.
Well, why don't you go ahead and talk about your page?
Sure.
Maybe you can get a couple followers today.
Ooh.
So I run a geek page on Facebook. It's called Geek Out About Ottawa. It is for collectors, gamers, cosplayers, anybody and everything that every fandom you can geek out about is welcome. Buy, sell, trade, promote. And we have lots of giveaways and raffles and competitions. And it's just an amazing community to be part of.
Agreed.
And say goodbye to these sharks.
The biggest last thing I need to say is this Sunday coming up, September 5th, if you are not in the tournament, you need to be at Fanaticon. check it out on Facebook.
Yes,
Put them in the
transform.
chat.
I can do that.
Well, first off, we're gonna make a 5/5 shark.
That was a really good play. I saw
Yeah.
him. He damaged the 4/4 and then wiped the board.
Yeah, that was pretty much the right
Well,
call.
that
But
saved
now,
him.
you can rebuild the deck. Rebuild. You can play the Triumph, another Shark Typhoon, make a 6/6 shark,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
or you can pass the turn, wait till see what they have, and then they can. Mind you,
Do it on end
are
step?
on end step. Yes.
No, wait, man. I would just do it.
We also have Justice Strike 2 at the same time.
Exactly. Just go for it.
But I think our Just Guy player is playing with their food now, so
Last time we said that the controller came back from nothing to win.
yes. Which was actually our Nicobolus Planeswalker.
Yes. 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 Thank you very much for being salty. And you should also put your channel on there.
Yeah, I was getting there, man. I was getting there.
Alright, thanks.
Never slow.
Lots happening.
Yep.
Lot is happening.
Oh, come on. We could also cast the tournament from Famicom.
Right? Oh my god, that would have been amazing. I should have actually suggested that. We could have just had a corner live from Fanaticon. The
All
BO3
right, so
qualifier.
cast a 4/4 shark to get rid of a 6/6 shark.
I can tell you that Lance would have went for that. Sure.
Well, you'd have to guarantee really good coverage. Like,
It's the conference event center.
All right.
whoa!
these-
The first concession.
Well, it was 2 Shark Typhoons against 1 Shark Typhoon, and I'm pretty sure the two Shark Typhoon was going to get there.
Now, players get to dump out, remove all the dead cards in their hand, and fill their hands or libraries with active cards that they feel can win the game.
It looks like our creativity players actually signing out of the emissary combo and it's just being a straight up
Control?
Jeskai control deck.
It's probably smart.
Yes. They'll keep the creativity in because that way they don't have any creatures. So it's just pretty much they can get rid of a lot of sharks.
Like to sack their opponent's sharks? Like a board
Yes,
wipe?
they get rid of their sharks, yeah.
Yeah.
Where our Jeskai control player is just going to be dumping all of their deck cards for pretty much counter magic. I would definitely bring the Fry in.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, Fry is good
Blue and
for
white.
Teferi, eh?
Blue and white, and also portable holes too is another way to get rid of sharks.
It's pretty smart.
Yeah. Yeah, Anger of the Gods is not going to do a whole lot in this matchup. Obviously, Justice Strike could see a play, but it's more of them not knowing. So they could, if our creativity can get this to game 3, they could literally side in the combo, say that they didn't have it, so our Jeskai player doesn't know they have the combo, and then bring in the combo.
Right.
I know a lot of moving parts, but yes.
That is a lot of moving parts.
Harvard Evidence make an 0-3 and poop that Snoop. Probably going to crack that clue and draw a card at the end of turn. Nazahal, okay.
I think that's a great
That
play.
is another. That is a neat sideboard card.
Yes, so is Niv Mizzet. But Nezahal is better because it's a 7/7.
Yes. Nazahal is 7/7, but also you can discard 3 cards and exile it, then return it tapped at the beginning of the next end step.
Unless they remove your grave
Yes.
and they got nothing.
And then it all depends on if they have said, if they still have their Relic of Bejesus or their Soul Guy Lanterns or.
I think Relic is, or any graveyard shenanigans or hate is still really good in this matchup because of Niv Mizzet's mastery.
Yeah.
So I think that was smart of him to leave in some sort of.
The way to get a creature out of the.
Yep.
Yeah. Seems about right.
Do you think it's inappropriate to ask for a review?
Yeah. Your best customers, you can go to them and be like, hey, I want to post, I want the world to share your experience. Can you help me out with reviews? And like you can even add them to your Facebook, turn them into advertisements and pages, pictures.
Well, I did start a review page on my website, but like my Google, there's only 3. But it'd be kind of cool if that many people are going to it that they had more to read. So I was just wondering if it was inappropriate to ask my customers, like when they contact me, to tell me how much they enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would. Absolutely.
Reference.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Can't believe this is it. So for once this round ends, Kilka Canada,
Yes.
while I'm placing, while I'm typing in the top 4 players, you can be talking about their matchups. So that way I don't have to take a break to try and get everybody's information in and then come back,
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
All right. So we got some Lightning Helix. Gonna hit the dome. Go 11 past turn. Our Jeskai control player. Probably could attack for 2, but know that they have a Shark Typhoon in hand. So definitely going to try to be going for it here. Opponents. Hits for 2, goes to 9. So they're going to express themselves. Find either a search, tri-land, or take the tri-land, put it at the bottom. Arndale, play the Arndale. Say go. The end step, our creativity player will be casting their Shark Typhoon for 4. Those I know they do have a remove exile a graveyard, exile player, exile a card from their graveyard. Definitely can get rid of a Typhoon. Definitely going to be binning that passage. Draws a mountain. They are actually missing 1, 2, 3, 4, so they can theoretically play Nazal. Attack for 2. Leave the.
And the heat and auto all went way up. So
Yep.
Got into my t-shirt. Finally took off my sweater.
Crazy bugger. That's why I have a van right here.
Oh, it's so damp. I hate it.
Nazahal,
Oh, this
in
is
hot.
such a good play.
but our Just Guy player has a Teferi, so they can answer that.
Still gets to draw a card off it though.
Yes. Still get their card, draw a card off of it, but also would have to discard 3 cards. Go to 7.
And he's really putting it to him, eh?
Yep. Now, do they have enough in the grave to go nuts with Mystic Mastery Overload?
I know that he's been picking at his grave every turn.
Yeah.
So I can't say there being tons of stuff.
Gets a draw card. That's fine. He drew the Lightning Helix. They can bin this. Try to bin. Alright, they're thinking about that. Either they can draw a card or try to remove this all, which they can discard. I would have discard 3, blink it. Then it comes back into play at the end of the end step. So you get it back. We're going to bin that, transform that, draw a Sacred Foundry for our... They're down to 6.
They are down to 6, yep.
Yes. So they could Lightning Helix the 2/2 or Teferi.
I think Teferi is the right call.
Yeah.
That
Either
Planeswalker
Teferi the
is
2/2
a
shark.
mess.
Yep. Then they could Creativity X. That's the thing, because if they go X2,
Takes care of his creature and one of his own.
one of his own, and he gets a creature out of it.
He's gonna get Nezahal, right?
Yeah, Nezahald, or removes that, gets 2 creatures. If he gets his own Nezahald, they get a Brazen Borrower.
That's not bad.
No, that's actually not bad at all. And also shuffles the library too, because they get rid of the... And now they can target the graveyard, get rid of the Helix.
Yeah, I think the relics have been they were very smart to keep in, picking
Yeah.
away at his graveyard. Great play. Great strategy.
Yeah, because the game 1 they casted Mystic Mastery Overloaded and saw how powerful it was to get a bunch of 2/2 sharks out of the graveyard.
Yeah.
But now you can just draw. Now you can just pretty much nuke their graveyard, draw a card.
Now Brazen Borrower cannot block anything but that shark.
Yes, that's correct. But this hall is going to be drawing a lot of cards. Oh, I'm
Can't.
sorry,
Yeah.
Narset.
Narset's gonna say, "Whoa."
Whoa,
Well,
you don't want a game loss over it. So now they're going to nuke their graveyard, get rid of the last Lightning Helix. And this Creativity deck is now turned into the Just Guy control deck that we thought it would be. Now they should attack for 7. This is actually a free attack, really.
I think it's a mistake.
Get rid of Narset, yes.
Yeah,
Because
we
now
gotta
they
go
have
for
another
something.
Narset. Now you're fighting the clock, because now...
Exactly. I agree. Like, now he's fighting the clock. Like, he's in such a bad spot.
Yeah, it all depends on how much clock... yeah, I think I realized that the clock was happening, so they're going to go straight to game 3. All right, game 3.
Do you
It'll be
see many
interesting
things
how-
being changed? I really like having rest in peace here.
Rest in peace. Yeah, I can see rest in peace, or I can see justice strike. He's bringing in the justice strike on the whim that he's going to bring back the emissaries, because they know that they sideboarded out all the stuff. So if he went with the justice strikes, they can theoretically bring in, and also justice strike does hit the Nasal, as well as some of the 2/2 creature, some of the sharks and what have not.
Right.
On the Jeskai control, on the creativity deck, probably not too much needs to be changed. Really, just more of control-y, and just try to deal with pretty much once the sharks get down. You're trying to deal with all the sharks.
He brought in 2 holy heats just for that, which also can hit planeswalkers. So I think that was
is
actually
true.
a really good, really good decision.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it all depends
that
on what they hit, if who can nuke whose graveyard first. So, but that hand was not. But I think that was the right call. So they have our Jeskai players going down to Jeskai control players going down to 5.
It's hilarious that I gave you this pairing because it's the last game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What's that?
Sweet!
Is this our last match?
Yeah, the first and the last.
It's good.
Get this party started.
Means we'll be able to jump straight into the top 4. Which, by the way, Sweet and Salty, I'll be posting an announcement for the top 4 players. You can make sure that they read if they have any questions about how to make it run. All the answers should be in there for you.
Okay.
I think going down to 5 here was really tough.
It was.
For the Planeswalker guy.
It was. Mind you, that opening 7, there was a lot of plane cards that couldn't cast with planes.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're waiting to see if this Narset's not going to tick down, because they know they theoretically could have Helix in hand.
Smart. So smart.
So Ventress is going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So now they can Helix that, and you can only really have 1 activation. But I think they're going to possibly wait for 1 interaction.
Man, if that card, I was going to say, if they untap and they haven't
Get rid of
tried
it.
to do something with that card, like
That
Narset,
was,
then
that was the right call. So, well, at least we know our Jeskai player is gonna probably cast a Teferi, but it's gonna see a memory lapse.
Yep. Now, we know that was the only memory lapse he had, but he does
Yes.
have 1 down tick.
Now you're gonna see a lot. Now you're gonna see Teferi do Teferi things very shortly.
Perhaps, but if Narset doesn't tick down, then nothing's going to
Yeah.
come from it.
That's the thing. Do you take down? Like I said, do you take down Narset knowing that you're going to see a Teferi? Well, actually, you do expressive creativity, and you can get yourself in this hall. Right there.
And you still have Narset.
You still have Narset. So now you have to take down
You don't have a choice.
Bounceness Hall. Yep. Now you have to tick down. You can't draw. Put a third from the bottom, which in turn they can exile 3 cards. They can discard 3 cards. Use the ability if they wanted to. They could probably get rid of those 3 lands.
2 lands and a.
I would have got rid of the 2. I would have pitch the 3 lands. But knowing that you're going to hit an assault in the next couple of turns.
Mm-hmm.
And you have enough mana that you can actually cast it.
Oh, wow.
You know it's going to be coming down next turn. That's 3. You play a land. 4. You don't crack the Fable Passage. Then you can cast it next turn, and voila, you have...
So he plus the Superior doesn't draw a card. He can't.
No. You can't draw a card because of Narset. But you untap 2 lands. But it was just plus it to plus it. But now you can play a land, crack it, play Nashal for its hidden cost of actually casting Nashal. Because it can't be countered. And even if you cast, they even have a commence the end game. You can only draw 1 card because you have a Narset on the battlefield, and they're never going to take that down ever.
Not at this point. Why would you?
You only get to draw 1 card, and you get a 2/2.
You know, if you had 1 more land, that was the perfect card to draw.
Yeah. Now they have to
So he gets rid of the Nezahal, and he attacks Narset. It's pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Take down. Get rid of that nonsense.
And now he has a dispute. Hopefully,
In hand.
there's no more lands.
Get rid of Narset. Yeah. And now he has dispute mana up. And now you're trying to fight with... Alright, Search is going to get this haul down quick as he can. But they have a creativity in that's going to get rid of that 2/2 zombie.
I don't know, man. Would you really waste it on that?
I would.
I know you would there, Sweet and Salty.
What am
Now
I
they get to
wasting
untap
on
the land
Killing a 2/2.
to
With-
kill a 2/2.
5 mana.
But
Oh.
why don't we just cast a 7/7?
Can I use the same spell to hit the person?
No.
Yeah, no. Not unless I was desperate. None of these people look like they're desperate yet.
So if you cast a Shark here, it's for 4 mana, right?
It'd be for 1, 2.
Like, it'd be a 4/4?
Yes, it would be a 4/4. It'd be
That's 4 turns.
blue,
He's gotta
1,
survive.
2.
I'm assuming nothing else
Be
happens.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And they have a dispute up. That's a command. Draw.
God,
Hopefully you draw.
Fairy's so good in the right matchups.
That's a Wrath of God. But here, now you put your test. You can, if you go all out, or go with the 4/4. Here's my next question: do you Wrath of God the board, which you probably do, but you have a memory lapse up, which sees a memory lapse, which you can see the dispute. This is where we're fighting over everything. And then they can draw a card. Now, do you want to discard 3? I think you do.
I think you have to, right?
Yes. Use the ability now. Discard 3 cards. You can get rid of your 2 creativities and a
2 lands?
yeah, 2 actually 2 lands is probably better because you can actually creativity, knowing that they don't have any creatures, you can creativity for 2 and get rid of their 2 creatures. So you wrap the board.
Themselves.
Guess what? Search. Plays the search. This all comes back.
Wow, that card is nuts. Nuts,
That's
boys, nuts.
that's the control. That's a control breaker right there. So now you can. Now they have a search. Transform that. Hey, look, there's a Shark Typhoon. You can either get rid of a Teferi or hit him for 7. Probably the Teferi. Yep. It's the right call. Say goodbye, Teferi.
Bye, Teferi.
Bye, Teferi.
Don't. Make sure you don't hit the door on the way out. Typhoon for its in cost is an enchantment. And you can say go, leave up search mana open, and you can search at the end of turn.
Does he have search?
He has a search as well as a the creativity deck has a search flipped already,
Oh, right.
and now the Jeskai player has a search card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's an all unholy heat, which can hit Narset now if it wanted to.
It could.
But they saw the Shark Typhoon, so they're going to probably save it. But now they're going to search. Hey, look. You know that Teferi? I like to use it. I like to use a Teferi. And now our Jeskai player is pretty much in the driver's seat right now. Attack Narset. They can Shark Typhoon for... One's probably the best bet because it doesn't have... That way they can still leave a Primal Command.
It's actually a pretty good play. 'Cause
Yeah.
This way they can still use...
Holy Heat if they wanted to, but they get rid of the 1/1. But they're going to use the Holy Heat against the creature, against the
yeah.
there. And now the Sharks are coming out to play today.
Yeah.
Here's a
Teferi
1/1.
here, plus.
Now here's a 5/5, and this looks like this game is pretty much over.
Oh.
I think it was this pretty much is like who can control the graveyard, who can get their big bomb as fast as they can, and who can do the Teferi thing as quickly as they can.
What do you think
Has more control than the
Yeah. That land is not what he wanted. But I was going to
No.
say is, what do you want to see off the top deck here? Nothing.
No, like
shatter this.
for Jeskai, probably a board wipe.
Oh, yeah. That would definitely help.
Now
That's
they could have. Mind you, they can discard 3 cards because they have enough cards in hand anyways now.
Next.
Now they can just discard. I think they're going to draw 2, discard 2, and get rid of a shark. Like, get rid of the 1/1 shark. Draw a card. Hey, look, you know what? They can probably Lightning Helix it if they wanted to get upgrade that 1/1 to a 2/2.
Yeah. That's sick. I just go to face with it.
I think that's what's going to be happening in the end. It's probably going to be going to face, but now they can search. And this, my friend, no, they have a veto. Guess what? Now you're not going to play anything for the rest of the game. So I'm going to counter it. Now draw a card.
So what, he's going to get hit for 12 here?
12.
So it's a turn 2 clock if he comes up with nothing?
Yep. Now they have the search. Draw 2. They'll probably activate the search. Hopefully find themselves a board wipe.
They're not going to
Helix ain't going to do nothing.
Neither is
And a
that
veto. Yeah, this game is pretty much over.
Well, he's got one more turn.
You got one look at the can. Yep, that's not going to do it. Narset could dig.
He wants to leave up mana to make a 1/1. To at least try and block the Nezahal, even though it's not
Can't
finished.
play anything.
No, but now they can just
Can't play the Narset.
Ashkanta,
Nothing.
Memory Lapse, Helix them, get a 2/2. They can Helix them again, make another 2/2.
He's just gonna let himself die. He is.
Yeah,
He's just.
this.
There's
Yeah.
no point. Let him play it out, but
Well, you never want to concede. You never know, right?
that's what I'm saying. Like he's just gonna.
Settle the wreckage.
Yeah, that human's gonna
No.
stop all. Oh, it's gonna stop Nezahal.
Now we're gonna be fighting over everything.
Not unless he has another Helix in hand, which I think he does, right?
On the Jeskai side, yes, but he's tapped out.
That's too bad.
But they can veto the They can let the veto Well. Yeah, that game is
Oh,
Oh.
that was a good matchup.
And
I really
it
like
was.
that.
That was intense. I can't even believe that game lasted the whole entire round.